Damian Bowman, and welcome to Billfish Basics. I'm just currently at Ningaloo Station as part of the Ningaloo series, and today I'm going to show you the basics to catching billfish. And I'm not talking serious boats or seriously big fish, I'm talking big fish, but I'm talking about catching your first marlin and what you've got to do to get out there and do it. You'd be surprised, a lot of people think it's a rich man's sport where you need, you know, $1,500 combos, you know, $150,000 boat with a fly bridge and all that. Well, it's not true. As long as you can get your boat out into deep enough water, sometimes you can get black marlin sailfish in little as 15 metres. But typically for your first marlin, I'd be targeting around 80 to 100 metres. Okay, what we've got here, I troll two lines. If you've got more people in the boat, you might want to troll more. The more lines you've got in the water, the more likely you're going to attract some marlin. That's why a lot of people use teasers, which is an attractant that makes splashes or colours or mirrors shining in the water, just to attract marlin so they can see you from a distance. The more bling you've got in the water, the more they get excited. Okay, I'll just take you through the rig I'm using. Now these can be pre-made. If you're catching marlin for the first time, you're probably going to buy pre-made. So I'm using a Richter Oscar in the purple colour, and on my other rod here I'm using a pink one, pink Oscar Richter lures. I've got a trace here with 400 pound and a 14.0 hook. Now these can be bought pre-made, like I said. So with that you're going to get probably 1200 or 400 pound leader. This can be connected to serious swivel. These swivels, you're going to be paying $20 each to get ones that are going to hold a marlin. Otherwise, use an Albright knot or an improved Albright knot, which is a knot that pulls tight the harder you pull it. They're good knots for trolling. After that, I've got 200 pound leader that goes for another 3 metres. So you've got to make sure it's longer than the fish and you've got something to grab hold of. Okay, so I'm going to set this. Now on these reels you've got a ratchet, which is the sound. These Tiagras are great reels because they've got the loudest drag available for this ratchet, which you turn off when you're catching a fish because it gets pretty annoying. So you're going to hear that fish a mile away, which is great. Now these marlin and sailfish are anything but shy. You pretty much want to get your speed up and you only want to be just in the wash. I've got this line 35 metres back. My other one I've got even closer. You want to have them at different lengths so they don't get tangled and you can test where the fish prefer to strike. I'm going to sit that one in there. Alright, and then it becomes a waiting game. So my rods I'm using both 24 kilo line, which is 50 pound line. I've got a Tiagra 30 and a Tiagra 50, and both rods that are Shimano Triton rods to suit. Simple. You can get away with using a large spinning reel with braid, as long as you've got a lot of leader, which gives you a bit of stretch for the shop. You can get away with anything really. These lures will cost you about $40, $50. You can probably get some cheaper ones on eBay if you have to. And that's all you really need. Having a serious hook is probably the more important thing than having a real fancy lure or spending $150 on a lure. Which obviously they're going to work good if they cost that much money. But if you're new to the game, yeah, you don't want to be spending that sort of money, especially when you want to find out if your knots are good enough to hold a billfish. So I'm just going to jack it up to 6 knots. I normally sit on about 6-7 knots. And basically covering ground is the biggest technique you need to know But other little tricks are following schools of bait. You might want to use your sounder to find the bait schools under the surface, or you see the tuna feeding on the surface, you want to hang around them, or your deep canyons. So you want to look at your charts and follow the deeper drop-offs. Might be from 100 to 200, it might be 200 to 300, and just zigzag through that area. But out here in Ningaloo Station, I'm only 5 k's from the shore, so I'll work this for a couple of hours. If it doesn't work, I'll just whip in close and catch some mackerel or something like that. Just lucky to have those options. But I know what it's like here. I reckon we fish for an hour, 2 hours. We either get a sailfish or a small black marlin, which are the most common billfish that you catch around here. So yeah, just put in the time. Fish the best time of the year. The turns of the tides are obviously better. Turn of high tide, an hour before high tide, an hour after, is my favourite time to fish, and your mornings and evenings. Typically you don't want to be fishing for marlin late in the evening. You're not set up to be caught out at night. You get onto a big marlin, it could be a 5-hour battle. You know, you don't want to be there cutting the line. You want to get that fish up and revive it, and you want to do that while the sun's still up. I'm assuming you would anyway. Anyway, let's put in some hours, or a couple of hours, and see if we can get a fish. Had a big strike, peeled off 50 metres of line and then dropped it. Come on, come back. He's still there, just playing with it. So it's definitely some sort of billfish. It's the way they are, they just like to play with the lures, hit it with their bill, just give it a bit more speed and try and get it interested. He's there. Come on, come on. Just gotta let him take it. Just keep the throttle going. That's probably long enough. Yep. Solid hook up. Yep, that's a good fish. Okay. Get this one out of the water. Just got to not give the fish any slack. There he is on the surface. Beautiful. Got that line out of the water. Turn the ratchet off. Woo! There he is jumping over there. Yeah, sailfish by the looks. Awesome. Alright, we got a jumping fish over there. Okay, if you get a bit of slack, make sure you wind it up so these fish can move fast. 1 minute could be jumping over there, next minute's jumping over here, so you get that slackness, you can drop the hook. Very typical the way that fish hit. The sailfish just playing with the lure, playing with the lure. Woo! Getting a few jumps. It's probably time to get a GoPro. Alright, got hold of the leader. Now you just want to loosen off your drag a bit, just in case the fish goes. But I think we've got him. What a beautiful fish. He's not a bad size either. Still got plenty of strength in him, which is good. Woo! Okay, now we want to revive this fish. He has got plenty of energy in him, so this won't be hard. So what I'm doing is just holding him by the bill, running water through his gills. Put your hand in their mouth. You can actually feel that they're ready to go when they bite onto your fingers. Beautiful. Woo! Nothing better when you safely revive a fish, especially a fish of that size. That was a good, getting close to 3 meters, probably 2.5, 2.8. Big sailfish. It's easy as that. Let's call it a day. I'm satisfied now.